What is up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and Profab Headers and Exhaust. We got a full house actually here today. What's up? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up?
I'm Connor.
What's up, y'alls?
I'm glad to be back in the house.
In
man.
the house.
Yeah.
In the house, actually.
Yeah.
What brings you over here today?
Well, you know,
Do the
a little-
podcast, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Most of it, half and half.
Half and half.
Little guitar playing here in a little while, and some podcast stuff, man. Yeah, I had to drive the boat over here pretty much.
Yeah.
It's
So I had to come through the flood.
it's not so bad right now, but
It's good oof.
it all of a sudden come up a downpour just a little while ago. And I was like, don't be doing nothing crazy. Don't be crazy out there.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, well, cool. What's been up with you?
Working on the barn.
Working
No
on the
baseball, but working on the
Baseball's
barn.
over
nonstop
for now.
For right now.
Right now.
He's got tryouts Sunday
Tryouts.
for travel ball.
What?
Yeah, and they got fall ball starting, but he's not gonna play that. So we're just gonna stick to travel ball and play that. So we're gonna see. Yes, oof, it's a lot, but
Back on the road.
yep, back on the road. But hopefully, I don't think we're gonna have any tournament or any. We're not gonna play any tournaments until maybe October or something like that. So it'll cool off a little bit anyway.
Maybe.
Maybe I hope it does.
Who knows? It might.
Gracious,
might
yeah.
not. Oh, cool. Connor, what's up with you, man?
Not a whole lot.
What you been up to today?
Trying to keep the grass cut.
Trying to keep the grass cut. While these other Florence 1 kids going back to school today, you still sitting home.
Man, I'm glad I'm not one of them at this point.
Landon went back today.
Really?
He started back at South Florence. So he's
Big time.
he was telling me all about his teachers and everything. I said, "What'd you do today?" He said, "Nothing."
Yeah, this is a meet and greet day.
It's so different when we were in high school. They got which I think they start it the last year we were there, our senior year, or maybe like the year after or something. At West Florence, they had the freshman academy. Well, since South Florence or since Southside Middle built a new building, they're now using the old Southside
Okay, for all the
as
freshmen.
a freshman academy. So they all freshmen in just one school.
Yeah. Kind of keeps them from throwing off the deep end.
Yeah, and that's what they said when we were in high school still, which has been a long time ago now. But they said that I think like 90% of the problems and fights in the school were caused by the freshmen.
Yeah.
I think they just felt grown all of a sudden, wanted to fight
Obviously.
and stuff. They don't do that over in the Christian school.
No, not much. I mean, not everybody.
Not everybody. Connor's like, I might throw down here in a little while, you know. Oh, cool. So how many yards you cut today? You cutting grass today?
Yeah, cut mine today. Probably gonna cut my grandma's tomorrow. So about halfway done.
Working, man.
Probably time to cut it again when I get done.
Yeah, all this rain is
Yeah,
probably
it's-
going to be.
Fix to say, by the time you get back over there, it's going to be growing 3
Probably
inches.
so.
Fun. Anyway, other than racing, how was your weekend?
It was good. That was a large part of it, but
Ain't it though?
it was pretty good otherwise.
Yeah, pretty good track too. How about yours? Weekend?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was hot.
It was hot.
Very hot.
It wasn't that bad. It was hot,
It's
but
better
it
than
wasn't.
expected.
Yeah, I was fixing to say. But I was looking at it about all week, and they were like 90. There was one time it said 99, then 97, and all of a sudden, like Friday before, it drops down to 88. I was like, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
over
for
the
sure.
nice.
It's supposed to cool off this week, though. I think it's like 81 Friday. I think I
saw
saw.
something. It's supposed to be in the 80s all week. I was like, nice.
That's amazing.
I'm not.
I can't wait.
I'm ready for that. Yeah,
Me
we
too.
did go to which we talked about a little bit today. We went to a Buzz. I think it's a Buzz. You know what it's called?
The Buzz.
The Buzz, a little concert there in Florence, and that was a good show. That was pretty good. They got a good band, and
Yeah.
you know most of those guys, so
I know a few of them.
they do have a good little band, and it was at the Locomotive little place
Yeah, that's right there on
right there,
Friday.
at Naturally Outdoors and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went and got us a Buddy's Burger, and then went back there and watched Cole play baseball the whole time with a bunch of little kids, and so yeah, it was good.
Cool. Yep. So yep, I spent it at the racetrack on Saturday, church on Sunday. We had a good service Sunday morning.
Yeah, it was a good one. Matt got a little riled up there.
Got riled up. I like it when he gets
I do
riled
too. It's exciting.
Get all kind of riled up. Everybody get excited. All excited.
The Kayla did good with the fifth. Was it what fifth and sixth, third
I think it's
through
like third
sixth.
through sixth grade. Yeah.
Yeah, they done good. They woke up after about half the song. they got ready. They was
That's that age for some reason.
right. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. They did good though. They sang a cappella. And I was like, "You sure you want them to sing a cappella?" She was like, "Yeah, they did really good." So they did. And it was really funny though because being, I guess we'll say amateur singers,
Right.
whatever. The biggest rule in singing anything, don't stop. It's kind of like podcast. Don't have dead air.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that one time. Me and him were playing in the lake, and I stopped. He's like, "Don't stop, just keep-"
Whatever
I was
you do,
like,
don't
I
stop.
Remember what I'm doing?
No, whatever you do, just don't stop. That's the biggest rule in music. Whatever you do, don't stop. Nobody notices as long as you don't stop. Well, actually, in the song, because Kayla was telling me about it, she was like, they sang a verse and a chorus and all like completely backwards, pretty much.
Really?
But they never stopped.
Hey, I
They
didn't
never
know
stopped.
I didn't know that.
They never. That's why I was like, I didn't realize it either. So it never stopped. So they were good to go.
That's all you had.
So cool.
Yeah, dig it.
Cool. Well, we had some racing going on this past weekend. Had quite a few things going on. We finally got back to racing.
Yeah, it feels like
First-
it's been.
Oh,
Forever.
jeez. I'm telling you.
I don't mind it though. I want to race, but if it's going to be a time of the year where we have to miss a couple, I think July
Yeah.
might be a good time. to
June,
do that.
July
Yeah.
seems to always around here. And I mean, a lot of times rolling into September, even August and September can be hot too. But I think I don't know. Maybe we on the downside this year. I don't know. Man, it's been hot.
It has been hot.
So we went to Dillon Motor Speedway this past week. And I talked about some on here last time. I've been fortunate enough, Mr. Dennis Brown with Action Services, throw him in there too while we had it, has graciously let me drive one of his legend cars. So greatly appreciate him doing it. So we'll save the worst for last. So. Connor, how was your day?
It was pretty good. It was a solid day for sure. Other than getting there a little bit late, and so I didn't get to draw for the heat race, and so I automatically was.
I don't even want to hear it because in the heat race, I'm just going to go ahead and say this because in the heat race, he's talking about drawing and all this stuff. Lap 1, I started third. Lap 2, here comes Connor. I see him in the mirror. I'm like, just go.
To be fair, that the outside lane didn't roll at all.
No.
Thankfully,
No.
I think I was on the inside, so that
not.
helped a lot. But
Yeah, I was up second there for a minute, and then it didn't.
just couldn't hold on.
Couldn't hold on.
Not your fault, obviously, but yeah. And then I think we ended up the heat race. We got up to third after we avoided Rafe nearly
Whoo, yeah.
nearly catch.
That was right time you passed me, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I was looking at Rafe eye to eye. We were that close, and thankfully he held the brake enough for I was able to dodge him and all. But ended up third in the heat race. Started a race on lap 2. We were able to get second, and nearly avoided a pile up, but
Yeah.
we survived.
I like how he just breezes by that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Let me tell you
was-
about this. I was behind it. I saw every bit up. First of all, I'm gonna go to the heat race though. He was talking about that. He breezed by that, narrowly avoided Rafe. No. On the back straightaway, like I said, I saw Connor coming. So when we come out of turn 2, I just point to the inside and like just take it. But I didn't want to slow up too much. I want to keep my momentum up there, so I kind of stay on the outside of him going into 3. And my plan is to, as soon as he clears, I'm just going to drop down.
Right.
Well, I'm kind of in that motion, and Rafe was up in front of us, and all of a sudden, he just like, it was straight, whew,
It was,
180.
yeah, it was quick.
It was quick.
Going into
So,
3.
Yeah. Well, he was
He was probably
about
right,
middle of
right
3
in
and
the
4,
center,
right
yeah.
dead center. And I just nailed the brakes because I knew Connor had nowhere to go but to come up because we didn't have, well, in saying that, I didn't know where Rafe was really going.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of thought he was going up there to begin with, and then he kind of stopped. But anyway, we got around him. So,
I'm glad you did because I honestly I knew you were somewhere out there, but I had no idea. Whenever I dodged,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wouldn't have slowed up, we'd have probably taken we'd have been in the wall there.
Yeah,
That
we
was-
would have.
That was good.
Yeah.
But once all the chaos ended, I was able to come home second, which was good. Felt like we were as fast, maybe not quite as fast as a leader, but it was it was a good race, caution free. So that was good.
It was.
And pretty good result.
I was somewhat thankful it was caution free just to get it over with, but I was kind of like, if I can get on the right line, maybe I'll have a good start. But no, it almost was not caution free. When Connor went to second in the race, we were kind of all in a group. I mean, just right there for the first few laps. Thomas Martucci.
Martucci.
Martucci. I'm sorry, Thomas, if I said it wrong. I'm too southern for that. But anyway, he started second, right? Yeah, he started second. So Connor was passing him, and he held Connor down tight. Tight. No, Connor said it close. It wasn't close. They hit. They were wheel to wheel, dead wheel to wheel though. And I was like, oh. I thought when they hit, it was somebody was just going to
Jump,
pop and jump and go up there. But nah, they both held it straight and kept going. But I saw them coming out of 4. I was like, ooh, this about to be bad.
We were okay. Rafe kind of came in there and just like, I think he got hit too, but hit me pretty dead square in the back of the bumper, and I shot up the track, and then it was just like, I was waiting for us to hop tires or something. I was glad I was able to slow it down to just kind of gently lean into him. So, yeah, I was glad to get away from that after that. I was glad to go ahead and pull away from that group.
Well, my day. Well, congratulations on second place there. Dennis Brown won it. Car owner there. Dennis Brown
Absolutely
took the win. That's his.
I think it's his third
win this year.
At least, yeah, that I can think of. He's figuring it out.
He's figuring it out. I mean, you gave him one, but you know.
Yeah.
But my day started out. We took the car over there early. I was like, I want to get out there, just make sure everything's good. So we made some changes on the car, and so I want to make sure it's good. That way, if something's going on, we can figure it out. Well, got out there. The first practice out there did not make a single adjustment or anything. We were turning 1890s, being one of the first cars on the track, which was pretty good time for that time of day. No rubber really on the track yet, so it was pretty good time. I was like, cool, we good. Well, waited a little while. All the rest of the guys got there. Other than Connor, he just shows up fashionably late. He don't need no practice.
He don't need no practice.
And I think thunderstorms rolling back in. I heard thunder and it got dark again.
Yep.
So hopefully we won't lose y'all. But anyway, so I go back out to go second time in what they consider open practice, but they don't let us out there with anything other than like the Allison Legacy cars. They don't let us out with the big cars, rightfully so. Thank God. And but anyway, I go out there and the car's just dead. Like, I mean, just would not go. I mean, like, bad. Like, I was going in the corner and like I'd burp it real fast and then I just flat foot it the whole way through the corner, all the way around the track. And it's just like, all of a sudden it felt like you get to the flag stand, and all of a sudden that's when it felt like it wanted to take off. I stayed there about 3 laps just hoping something, maybe a plug, something just clear out. And no. So I come in. Well, we start tearing apart, looking at throttle bodies, everything. We tried to change throttle position sensor, but the one we put in it would not run with the car. So we put the other one back in and started adjusting, and all of a sudden it seemed like it somewhat cleared up sitting there anyway.
It idled a lot better.
It idled better. And then we changed the ECU.
Oh, that's right.
And it kind of cleared up the idle too. And so we went back out, but after that we went from running, that first round 1890s where we should have picked up to about 18.7 or so by making adjustments. So that's where I was hoping to get. That's where I'd love to have been, 1880s, 1870s. We all of a sudden went to 1970s.
Whew. Yeah, I don't know, man. That don't make no sense.
And it just all day, it just like it got better than what it was that other round where I could flat foot it, but it just did not have. It just seemed flat. motor just seemed flat. So it's got to be something, being that we mess with throttle bodies and throttle position sensor. It's got to be something
with that, yeah.
in that whole deal, which has been a downfall to FZ09.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, everybody hesitate things back, have them reflashed, and put new throttle position sensors on them, stuff like that. So may have to do that this one, obviously.
I mean, that's a hard problem.
Yeah, because you don't really know what it is. That's the thing.
Right.
Have no clue. We can't hook up computer to diagnose anything,
Right, no.
see what's going on. So it's a stupid hard problem to solve. Couple shout outs here on Facebook. Landon, what's up, man? Matt, what's going on, buddy? So anyway, so we started race 6, fell back another place, finished 7th.
At least you got top 10.
I did get a top 10. I mean, and there was more than 10. There was a handful of cars I still outran somehow. Somehow. Because I was not the worst out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a bright side. I didn't finish last.
That's right.
Finished last, and you finished.
And I ran all the laps. I didn't get lapped.
Yeah.
I didn't get lapped. I almost got lapped, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
How far were y'all behind me? Could you see me?
I couldn't see you. I don't think. No.
Okay.
There were some that we lapped a couple times.
Yes. Yes, there was. Yes, there was. And some of them you had no clue where they were going when you did it.
For some reason, they were all wanting the bottom. So.
I'm fine with them wanting the bottom.
Yeah.
Just stay on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
Just stay there. I'd actually rather them take the bottom at Dillon for some reason. Just stay. There's an apron down there. Run down on the apron. Let me go around the outside, and I'm good to go. I don't know what you want. You want
That
the
was
bottom?
fine. The bottom seemed to work good there.
Yeah.
That way you can keep your momentum up and
Yep.
roll high side around them.
I had no momentum. I had none. So anyway, so congratulations on your second place. I'm trying to think what else went on good there. Ricky Locklear Jr. again.
No way.
And won the Challenger class. Me and Connor were both spotters in Challengers this week.
My guy got dumped.
Yeah, I was gonna say Connor we're like another door bumper clear over here. We're a spotter podcast all of a sudden. Yeah. How'd you get your guy dumped there?
That was a weird. I mean, Matt's learning, so it was near
yeah.
he was second to last or so, and the guy just went in there and just used him to stop. It was like, I didn't get it. Really, he didn't have a look on him. It was like lap 2,
Well,
and he just went in there from 2 car lengths back and just didn't let go of him until we spun him around.
Before that, on the initial start of the race, I was spotting for Chad Webster. Connor was spotting for Matt Winkler. And so on the initial start of the race, I don't really know. I think they thought somebody jumped because Wayne Locklear, his car didn't go. He didn't go. Something. I don't know what happened. Chad was right behind him. So they take off, then they throw the caution back out. Well, when they did, the car, I think it was a 30 car, ain't that the car? Yeah. He's this man teaches racing. No lie. But he all of a sudden just starts passing cars inside, outside, through the middle, and all of a sudden under caution, running into cars and
What?
And I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, it wasn't just that. I get the point. The caution came out and start. Maybe you didn't get the call, so he passed cars that were slowing down.
Right.
But then he wouldn't give it back.
Yeah, he wouldn't give it back.
You had to go force your stuff around him. I was like, and it was like you don't get those spots because you passed them under caution.
I don't know if he thought somebody wrecked. And
we rode around 4 laps trying to.
Yeah, they were trying to get him to the back. And I had no clue who a spotter was for a little while. And I'm just looking down the line. I'm like, what's up? What are you doing?
Get what he can get at, right?
So, anyway, but yeah, on the initial start, I thought maybe I caught it bad because they threw the green, went. I tell Chad Green, and he kind of stays behind the 56 there for a second. All of a sudden, I just see him just run into him and just starts pushing him. I don't know if he missed a gear or what.
I was watching Matt. I didn't see.
But he done it twice.
Yeah.
He did that start and then the actual start of the race. But then we had after Matt got spun and we had to restart. he took off that time. So I don't know. It was an interesting race. Chad come home third. Close third too. He could have. He was overheating big time. Motor was running 245.
Oof.
The last. I said, "How long's it been running that?" He said, "All of it."
That's not good.
The whole race, the motor ran 245.
Oof.
About 8 laps to go, he's coming over the radio and telling, because people in the pits had radios on too, and he's telling them, "Have fans ready." As soon as I come in, he said, "I'm not going to the front stretch. Just had fans ready." So he comes in and throws fans on the car, and it just, when he cut it off, the temperature gauge just goes all the way over.
Oh, that's not
Pigs in
good.
there. So, and he just built that motor himself
Yeah.
last week. So, but that was a good run. I think he told me, he said, if the car wouldn't have been overheating, I'd have felt like pushing the car a little more. He said, I could have got second, but it just wasn't worth it.
Right.
So, how was Matt's run back there?
I think it was okay. You know, he's still learning.
Other than getting run over for no reason.
I think that was kind of like a, you know, what was that really for? You know, but
Nothing.
Yeah,
It was for nothing.
After that, I mean, he kind of settled down, just trying to get him, you know, learn.
He
how to
speeded up a
stay
lot of
improved.
speed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Picked up a lot of
I think
speed.
It won't be long. It won't be long.
He was. I was even looking at qualifying and practice lap times and stuff. He's not far off.
No.
And that's pretty impressive because he come from running nothing.
Really?
Yeah,
First
he's
time he's
first time he ever driven anything was Challenger car over at Dillon. So
Wow.
that's, I guess you don't have bad habits from any other car.
No, you
I mean,
sure
I guess
don't.
it's a good thing, but you just learn that, and that's where you go with it. So
Right.
I mean, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Ricky Locklear Jr. took home the Challenger race there. Goes in, changes carburetor, and throws a new set of tires, and goes and wins the late model race.
Yep.
It's a good look.
Won the
That's what I was
big
fixing to
street
say.
style race. I was glad because the first time they tried to run the Charles Hood Memorial, the cars really, I mean, they didn't have a great street stock
Yeah.
count. Even, I mean, through the rain maybe, but I just wasn't real sure about it. So when they showed up and how many they had, it was a pretty good field. So that was good to see.
It was a full pit.
It was.
I mean, this past Saturday,
I mean-
like it was full. It wasn't like there was a ton of cars in every class,
There's a lot
but the
of
pits were
classes.
full.
Good.
So, I mean, that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing. It was fun. They had it had some fireworks. Had the Allison Legacy cars out there. Who won that? Justin Knopflinger.
I believe he
Think
did.
he did.
I think that's who was in that car.
Yeah.
That last lap pass for the win.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Mhm.
It was.
It was good.
So that was a good race. The
Oh yeah, I forgot about your near mental breakdown.
Connor, yeah. Let's go back to that real quick. Connor had me questioning life over there the other day. Andy just brought this up on chat here. We were already confused about this car, what happened and just what's going on. Well, the car sitting behind us there has 1250 in it.
Mm-hmm.
I run fourth gear in it.
Right.
Well, about the time we come in and they're talking about just, what could be happening, and Connor just looks, he says, "You aren't running in fourth, are you?" I just look and I'm like, I don't have a clue what gear I'm running in.
I don't know where I'm at.
There's no
That
gear
almost-
indicator in there.
I felt like that might be.
And everybody was like, that's got to be what it is. That's got to be what you've been running in fourth. Everybody just kept on. You're running in fourth. You're running in fourth. I'm like, I don't know. Because in those, I mean, in the big car, you got an H pattern shifter. I mean,
Right.
you kind of know where you're at.
Right.
In that, you got a sequential shifter. You just pull back.
Yeah, you don't know how many times you pull back.
And so I've never, even with that one, the white car here has a gear indicator in it, but I use it more for neutral than anything, just to make sure I'm in neutral when I cut it on, that way it don't jump when you go to hit starter or nothing. And so I'm just used to hearing RPM pull. Here
Right.
RPM, pull. You know, that's probably how you. I mean, I imagine the same way you shift. So everybody's like, "You're just used to going fourth. You probably went to fourth." I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. I hope that's the problem. And by the time we come around about the second lap, I come over the radio and said, fourth wasn't a problem.
We in third. It still ain't going.
We're in third. It's not going anywhere.
Mm.
Oh well. Such is life. That's racing.
Yeah.
That is definitely racing.
Hi, I'm Jackson McLaren, host of the Bubba's About Broke podcast.
Hey, this is Melvin McLaren, co-host of Bubba's About Broke podcast.
We interview dirt and pavement race car drivers all across the country and talk about their struggles to come to the track every week.
Tune in weekly to hear Jackson, co-host Caleb, and me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook to stay updated.
You can hear all about it on Bubba's About Broke.
All right, y'all just heard it. Bubba's About Broke podcast. If y'all like our podcast, go check out theirs. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. But what they're not good as us at, that they're going to find out, is racing. iRacing.
I race at least. We can settle it that way.
Settle it somehow.
That's right.
So who's the fastest podcast? Throw it out here again this week, guys. If anybody out there wants to run some iRacing with us, or with Connor at least, Connor and team Chicken Bone Alley here. Come on, get on with us. Just send us a message. I'll shoot you over to the link to the group page or whatever you want. We're going to have some fun with this with this iRacing. We got up some sponsors and probably got a good announcement. Probably coming next week or maybe on the page this week. We'll probably have it on the show next week. It's gonna be a pretty big
Be a lot of
big
money on
deal
the
for
line.
it. I think there's gonna be $1 or $2 on the line. Sterling's raced for a couple of them dollars on that.
I have. Well, didn't win a whole lot of dollars, but
Well, we had good people in it, and
yeah, we did.
and the guy who won the championship when you were racing it, John Ruggiero Jr. is going to be on Team Chicken Bone Alley along with our buddy Devin Morgan. So I think it's going to be lights out,
I think so too.
Yeah.
especially with Connor Lee on it.
Yeah, for sure.
But who's better than me?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
A lot
Sterling
of people was surprised.
Sterling done retired out the game. He
I have.
he won all he could win,
Yeah,
and
be-
Yeah, I maxed the I rating out. So I mean, what else can I do?
thought Ty Majeski was good on.
Yeah, shoot. Look me up.
We had a guy from Italy today message asking about joining.
Italy.
And I was like, I don't think the time's going to work out for you there, boss. But I mean, hey, if it does,
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe.
But he was like, y'all run road courses too? I'm like, here's the schedule. No. Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
I think we should next season probably do one road course.
Well, we normally do. And
I think we should-
normally it seems like one or two
I
gets
push for
voted
road
in.
courses.
Yeah, and it got voted in.
I love the
last
road
time.
course.
That's why
And we need to limit one super speedway, but that's just
Well,
That's just me.
I don't disagree. But what's bad, I guess, is I really didn't think
yeah.
it was going to end up like that. I didn't think we were going to end up with Bristol basically being a super speedway for Legends cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be a good race, I think.
I'm worried about that one. That's the only one. that
I'm worried
just
about
kinda-
it too.
That's about like, remember we ran Rockingham with them things?
That was fun.
That was fun. That was drafting like crazy, man. That
Back in the day, we ran Rockingham a lot with that was just for the gear to max out the gear on the car. It was a perfect size, so it was great. But anyway, I didn't think it was going to end up like that with the voting, but that's how our league runs. We have voting on cars and tracks, and did it all before the season this year. The seasons before, we had so many cars, so many tracks picked out, but we did not know which car was going to go with which track until the week of. I used to pull it out of a hat on the show, which was pretty cool. It was very random. But I just wanted to get it. It worked easier to kind of set everything to get a good amount of drivers in, and get our sponsors on and all that good stuff. As of right now, this very moment, we got 21 drivers in it right now. We are starting September 12th. Messages for any info, $25 entry fee. We'll be announcing payouts this week, or probably at least on the next show. There are going to be some good payouts.
Oh, yeah.
Real good for iRacing. Real good for, doing something in your underwear if you want to. I mean, it's how I race.
I always race better that way.
With socks.
Yeah, of course. You got to have socks. I couldn't ever do it outside. My feet sweating and my stick. It's just a whole thing.
Connor's not commenting over there.
He's not. I don't know
I
what.
wear socks. I do either way.
No underwear, but socks.
Yeah.
No.
No, I never wore racing gloves on iRacing. Never did that.
Have you seen the people that do that?
Yes.
Streaming, I don't know. That's kind of.
That's a little
That's
much.
a little more. Yeah, I was about. That's kind of.
They call them sim gloves. There's a company out there that
What could you need it for? I mean, what kind of wheel was gonna?
the
do that?
only logical reason one guy gave me one time was he said my hands sweat insanely bad. He said, and I think he had an MPI wheel on his. He said, and when it gets wet, that steering wheel is just awful. Now,
I guess, but I don't think
that's
the majority of people have that.
That's what I was fixing to say.
They're using the gloves. I don't think many.
That was the only logical reason I heard.
Well, I do know a guy, and I'm not going to say his name by no means, but I know a guy. I think it's like a condition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called something hydrosis.
I don't know, but I know
yeah,
a guy that's like it's terrible. Like it's dripping all the time. So if that's the case,
I know somebody like that
understand
too.
that.
And somebody tell us out there. But anyway, I know a girl that does the same thing. She literally has to keep napkins hands all the time.
Yes.
So yeah, I could understand that, but
I would say the vast majority of people use.
I don't think they are either.
They're struggling with that. I think it's just
It's just a thing.
I
you know.
think it's just.
It's like,
I don't think. I'm not saying this mean to anybody out there who does it, but I don't think they've ever driven a race car and everything. Actual race car, we have to wear gloves. I think that's the difference.
yeah, this is for.
We have to wear gloves. We have to wear a helmet. We have to wear a suit, shoes. If y'all knew how hot it is in there and how much we want to get rid of all that stuff, I mean, safety-wise, no, we don't want to get rid of it. I'm glad we got it a lot of times. But especially, this is what I hate. And this happened the other day. They were calling us up there to the grid. And I know why they're doing it, but they're calling us up there to the grid, coming around. Hey, y'all, get up there to the grid. Get up there, get in your car, get on the grid. All of a sudden, they get us up there.
And you sit for 30 minutes.
15. We sat there for 15 minutes the other day.
A hot boy.
You know how hot that was sitting in that car with that helmet
Yeah.
on? And I don't have a blower in that car.
Yeah.
It was bad. So,
Yeah, I understand it, but
Landon said he don't use gloves. I'm glad you don't, Landon.
I don't think many.
We'd pick on you if you did.
I don't think many people that aren't like streaming or something use them.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't think,
it's just
anybody sits in their house by themselves and puts on gloves.
I hope it's just a look thing.
Don't
that-
tell me.
Maybe so. Or they're sponsored by the glove
I did see
company.
one.
If somebody sponsored me, I put on whatever. But
I saw this guy streaming one time, and I really hope it was a joke. But he was wearing a helmet.
yeah,
I'm like, are you serious?
Dang.
Now, I have wondered about it. This beyond iRacing. Them guys go into the Chevrolet, Toyota, or Ford simulators, like real simulators.
Right.
And I've seen them driving it, and they don't wear anything.
Right.
But I'm like, would it benefit you to wear a helmet or something like that? So you just, I don't know.
Really get the feel of a
Really
simulator.
Because, I don't know. If like on iRacing, I know I'm not in a car.
Oh, yeah.
I really know I'm not in a car. I think in the Chevrolet simulators, Ford simulators, all those Toyota simulators, they really want you to feel like you are
Yeah.
in the car. I mean,
Well,
those are surround
yeah.
screens and all that.
Right.
all I would say is maybe. I mean, they're in there for hours. I don't know if you
No,
want to
yeah,
wear
I'm-
it for that long.
I get that, but it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like, let's get in here and get the actual feel. Let's feel like we're in the car, so we actually drive the car exactly. I could see that. That's the only place I could
Yeah.
justify
Yeah.
you wanting to wear this for a little while. Is there any difference? All right, let's take it off. No. But anyway, y'all come join us on iRacing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have, like I said, the racing side of the race is be Team Chicken Bone Alley versus Team Bubba's Bout Broke podcast, and I mean obviously Team Chicken Bone Alley is gonna win, of course. But there's gonna be some. I'm just gonna say 3 super speedway essentially drafting races. We'll put it that way. 3 drafting races.
Yeah, anybody can win that.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, there's gonna be no telling.
I mean, and I know a lot of guys in it. There's some though I don't know that have joined. So yeah, that's the thing about it is, we kind of ran a group. Me and you did, Sterling, especially for few years,
right?
Same guys.
Oh yeah, we had like
you knew how to race around each other. Yeah.
After that first Legends car race, we were good. After that, that was terrible.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
I think it was a 40 lap Legend car race,
something like
that. Took almost 3 hours. We didn't count caution laps, and
yeah, we learned a lot from that race.
They were horrible.
I bet.
I think some people. We pick at Jace Parrish. If he listen, we pick at him because he pretty much made a girl quit that night.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It wasn't the Walmart version.
Not the Walmart version. Whoa, calm down, simmer down now. It got and that one was not. We didn't
for money or anything.
It was for some. We just did entry fee.
That's right.
Like
we did 100%
entry
payback.
fee. Yeah, we did 100% payback. It wasn't nothing major, and it got like that. So yeah, woo. But yeah,
Let's do it again.
This one be good. I think this is a lot of experienced guys.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I'm not racing.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm glad I retired.
I'll be announcing. I'll be in the booth.
Yeah.
So. It'll be fun. Y'all come join us.
Maybe
Whoever's out there.
Do like SRX did. You can interview me mid-race. I interview Clint.
Can I
Moore
do
the other
that?
day. I don't care.
He kind of spotted for him too.
Yeah, he was like trying to pass somebody.
Yeah, he was under Ryan Newman. That's what it was. That was funny. Anyway, guys, we want to thank, as always, our good friends over at SRI Performance. I say about them all the time. They are Walmart for race cars, and if you're like the rest of us, you probably need to put some parts back on a race car right now. So head over to SRI Performance. Get all the parts you need for your ride. Anything, guys. Anything from fasteners, abrasives, on up to all the performance parts that you will need for every application. So head over to SRI Performance. Check out our website, www.sriperformance.com, and get that card all filled up while you're on there. And when you get it filled up, get everything you need on there. Put in that promo code CBONE10 at time of checkout. The C is in
chicken.
BONE 10 at time of checkout. Get yourself 10% off there. Always could use 10% off anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I like 10% off.
I do.
It's nice. It's nice. Nice things. Got it at Walmart. No, got it at SRI. Same deal, guys, over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. It is time to put them cars back together. There's some big races coming up. We got a big race. Well, as time y'all will be hearing this, other than y'all on Facebook, as time y'all are hearing it, it will be August 30th at Florence Motor Speedway. Is the locked in 250? 250? I'm sorry if I got the number wrong. Whatever. I might just have to take a day and hit track all day that day. Connor gonna play hooky over there. No, I'm just kidding. But
gonna be weird having we don't have weekday races.
We don't have weekday races. I like it. Especially something like that. 2 classes, but big classes. Ain't that all it is? 2? Or is it 3?
I'm not sure.
Legend cars run that night. Legends. I can't remember if Bandoleros are or not. But anyway, but yeah, big races coming up this month. Get them cars looking good. Get them back straight. Get them back, whatever. I don't care if you're looking for roll bar tubing. If you're looking for painted aluminum sheets, anything in between, they got it. Sterling knows himself how important it is to have good materials.
Yeah, definitely good to have good materials and somebody you can depend on and get them in a hurry. That's something you can definitely do with them. You order it, they'll get it on the way. Most of the time, same day. So, good stuff, man. They got everything you need. Weld supplies, they got it all. So,
Head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. They will hook you up. All right. Well, before we get into anything else, Prairie Dirt Classic. Anybody check anything out from it? Fairbury dirt race.
I saw some highlights.
no.
I did too. I did too. We was all
much about it.
but regardless, Ricky Thornton Jr. Is on a tear this year. He is pulling what Big Sexy Brandon Overton did a couple years ago, what Jonathan Davenport did last year. But I think he is on track to almost win more races
Wow.
than what Jonathan Davenport did last year. That's insane.
That is.
He's regardless, what went on, what race, where it was, just having that kind of dominance through a year.
It's tough to do.
That's tough. That is tough. And
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to our friends over at Longhorn and obviously, Ricky's team there, because they have dialed that thing in, and he's fast. He's real fast,
Yeah.
fast. And I don't know how do you be that dominant for that long a time?
I don't know. I mean, it's and it's weird because, like you said, I mean, it's been one person the past 3 years that's dominated the whole season. I don't know. I don't understand that because, I mean, obviously every team's trying to figure out what they've got, but I don't get it. I really don't. I don't know how they can do that because, I mean, that's a tough. It's tough to go out there and win one.
How you do it, Connor?
And-
You've been up front in the legend car every time you've had it out to shoot.
Well, that's been at the same track too. I don't know how you travel around like that and do it.
That's the crazy thing to me is, like you just said,
And you
it's
got-
not going to one track doing it.
Right.
It's going to every track.
You got 50, 60 cars, 70 cars that show up, and you can dominate. I just don't get it.
And I promise you, when you on the track with any of those guys from Lucas Oil or World Outlaws or XR or Hunt the Front or, Southern Nationals, I don't care what series you're in, especially in a super late model, really any late model, but especially a super late model. I don't care if the guy didn't make it out to B main. I can promise you he's no slouch.
No,
Those cars are so close.
right.
Most of them are. I mean, they are within hundreds of each other, and that's from being up front to not making the race.
Yep.
But he is just, it's like every race, he'll run second, third, first half of the race. All of a sudden, halfway comes, there he goes. Gone. And I ain't gonna lie, I tried to get him on here this week. Almost. I was that close.
Yeah.
That close. Talked to him. And he was busy. No lie. I mean, you got to be busy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to keep up that kind of dominance, you can't slow down.
no, you sure can't.
You can't. And that's what it was. They got a race tomorrow night, and he's like, I got to work on the car. We got to get. we got to redo.
That's a quick turnaround.
That's quick, real quick. He had Sunday and Monday. He's got Sunday and Monday, and he's got travel in there too. Fortunately, where they were was close for him, but I'm just like, man, that's But yeah, he's not wrong. You wide open. You can't stop. I mean, because you got to, especially a dirt car. They're running touring like that. Not like NASCAR where you got, I don't know, them guys talk about they got about 10 cars now, I think, is what most of them say most teams have. They're not like that.
No.
Most of them guys have about 2 cars.
Right.
Some of the teams have 4 and 5. Jonathan Davenport, you look at them guys, they got a pile of cars.
They got a favorite. They stick
I
to.
promise you they got a favorite. I promise you their best 2 cars are in the trailer.
Right.
And so, but you got to do that on a touring series like that, you got to pull them cars apart and nut and bolt everything, check shocks. I mean, they're dynoing shocks or smashing springs just to make sure nothing is weakened or nothing like that. I mean, that is a full-time job.
It is. It sure is.
I mean, that's insane to me, and it's cool. It's awesome. I mean, I guess that's living the racing dream.
That's something. Yep.
If I was a young man again, I'd say I'd love to do it.
Oh yeah.
But that's tough work, and we know a lot of them guys out on the road with them dirt teams and stuff. It takes commitment.
Oh yeah, that's a lifestyle for sure. That's during the season, which is most of the year. You pretty much stuck to racing.
Well, you are. You see the guys at the track. If you go early in the day and you're out there, they're out there. Somebody's cutting their hair beside the trailer. I mean, they don't go anywhere. They don't. If they get something, they're going to Walmart, get a car, run to Walmart, get enough stuff to stop back up the toter, because they're living out of it for months on end. Through the racing season, I think most of them are running around 60 races in one series. You know, if they're following a tour, Lucas Oil, I think, running around 60 races this year. You're running that many races in 52 weeks, and they're not starting till, well, they run a little bit. What was that? February. They run a little bit right there in February.
The end of January, February. Yeah.
And then they start back in pretty much April.
They nonstop in November.
April to November. And that's, whew, you run 60 races basically in that amount of time. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Crazy to me. So congratulations to Ricky Thornton Jr. for sure. Guys, if you want to go fast like that though, you gotta go check out our good friends at Profab Headers and Exhaust. Profab Headers and Exhaust, guys, they are quality that wins is their slogan, and it's 100% true. We talk about it every week on here. Man, that is their top notch, best materials as you talk about. I mean, I think I talked about it on here last week, but we were at the shop there, and Andrew was telling us he had a set of headers come off, and he just looked at them. He said, something don't look right. I said, well, what's wrong? He said, I don't know. Just something don't look right. Redo them. We're not sending them out. That's quality control there.
Yeah, for sure.
He said most people would look at them, so there's nothing wrong with them. He said, I didn't like the way they sit, so told them to redo them.
Dang.
So I mean that's quality you get. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be absolute best. It's raining again, guys. Pouring again, or it sounds like some big old drops.
Yeah.
So yeah, head over to Profab Headers and Exhaust, guys. If you're looking for some headers for your ride, I don't care if you're running asphalt late model, street stock, dirt, all the late models, all the brands. Head over to Profab Headers and Exhaust. Get you some today. And one of the best motors I think there is out there to put it on is one of them good old Earl Ramey Racing engines. Y'all head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines and get lined up with Earl today. Get you some power under your hood. Get some big horses under there. And get some time on that chassis dyno. You can learn tons of stuff off that chassis dyno. So head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Tell him we sent you. He might charge you extra $10. I don't know, but tell him we sent you anyway. All right. There was NASCAR racing went on this past week.
There was. I guess it was a race.
There was a few of them, I guess. Truck race there at Richmond. We'll say it. Who won that race?
Hocevar.
Carson Hocevar. That's right.
Oh, Majeski's team pretty much gave it away.
I don't know what happened there. What happened there,
well,
Connor?
he pretty much dominated the first two stages, and I think he sped on pit road. He had some sort of pit road penalty, but he stayed on the lead lap and drove from like 20-something to the lead, and everybody came for the last stop, and I guess he thought he was fast enough to make it on, just without stopping, and Hocevar ran him down about 3 to go and passed like he was standing still.
Dang.
Tire fall off was horrible.
It's like I don't know. It's really miscalculated tire fall off because he was by far the fastest truck, but they left him out there on such old tires he didn't stand a chance.
He's had some and we've been around Ty some. We've had him on the show, actually. I think he's a championship caliber driver. I do. Seeing what he's done in super late models,
Right.
I mean, everybody knows Ty Majeski's just a beast behind the wheel. Anyway, it's a whole different ballgame when you get to any of the NASCAR series. You don't have 2 or 3 teams that are good. You have at least half the field that win. But I guess that's that truck series. I mean, you just see that a lot more in there. But you see teams like Hocevar's team, they're not making mistakes like that. We talked to Wally Rogers over here the other week with Nice, and they're top notch over there. They treat their truck team as if it was a cup team,
Right.
and that's what you got to do. I mean, I'm not saying
ThorSport is definitely.
Well,
one of
they're
those teams.
definitely one of those teams. But
that's what I was
it's just a
gonna
bad
say.
call. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's just kind of a head scratching call, and I don't know.
I guess sometimes you make those.
but I mean,
He was locked into the
He was.
playoffs
It
anyway,
just
and
felt like a.
just a giveaway.
Why would you try and go off strategy when you know you're the
that
best
fast
car,
of a
when you
truck,
can beat
yeah.
them straight
And that's
up?
my thing, being that you were locked in. Or
go
why
for
not
it.
Go for it.
Right.
Do whatever you think to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know tire fall off into cup cars were, I think it was like 20 laps, 25 laps in. It was like a second half fall off. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Road America on Saturday with the Xfinity Series. Sam Mayer bust out his first
Oh,
win
sweet.
after a cluster of a race. Everybody that got to the lead pretty much somehow overdrove it and spun out.
All I saw was the finish, that was pretty good.
Justin Allgaier was up there one time. He was running good, and he just drives it off the corner.
I just saw
off the corner.
I saw where Josh Berry done something.
I don't know what he was.
I don't-
He tried to change lanes, and he was not clear. Not clear at all. Yeah, and he just
He's
dumped.
been thinking clearly the past couple weeks because
I don't. Ever since he announced that he was going to
he's just been-
SHR, he
oh.
just it was a good race there, Landon. It was wild. I was like, man, and I think the biggest thing is around that track, they got, I don't know what they said, something like 5 or 6 spotters around there, and there's still spots around that track that
can't see.
they can't see. And I'm assuming with Josh, who apparently was in one of them spots,
Obviously,
he
he
just
couldn't
cleared himself and oh, my bad. So anyway, old Sam Mayer bust him out of
That's cool for him.
that was cool, but I was not expecting him to win a road course.
No.
I don't know if I was expecting him to win oval. I don't know. He just hadn't.
He ain't shown a whole lot.
He ain't shown me a whole lot. Now I tell you, somebody else that has went in junior motorsports. And that was Brandon Jones.
Yeah, I'm very surprised in that, honestly.
I
As strong
heard-
as he was in the Gibbs car.
I heard there's possibility of somebody leaving and going back to Gibbs. Actually,
Really?
yeah.
Mm.
Heard. I just heard some rumors, and the only one I could think of was him.
Well,
Um,
he's set with Menards, so
yeah, exactly.
any team will take him,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, he's good enough to where you can get a ride, but not good enough to really
Right.
That's the thing. As long
stay
as you
there
got
without a sponsor.
as long as you got a great sponsor like that,
You can
And
do anything
Menard
you
seems
want.
to do that. They stick whoever
Yeah.
they go with, they stick with them.
I mean, obviously they had Paul Menard for all
Is he-
the reasons,
Well-
but he was never.
And I can't remember. It seems like he's some kind of affiliated with them or
Is he?
somebody work. I don't know.
Probably president's son or something like that.
Probably.
So, all right, Cup race, Sunday. That was the one I sat down. I was gonna watch the whole thing. I was
Good
like,
nap time.
This will be a good race. I was being optimistic.
Yeah.
I was overly optimistic.
Very.
In my opinion, race was horrible.
Yeah.
Race wise.
Well, I didn't watch it, but I listened to it, and it's bad that the people calling on the radio couldn't make it sound exciting. It just did not. There wasn't much to it.
I think the most excitement that happened in the whole race was Brad Keselowski almost
Yeah.
to his pit box.
Yeah.
Almost. But he dropped on a green flag stop, which should not have dropped him too much because they were kind of a few seconds out. He probably cost him a second or two on pit road. But that's it. but he dropped from the lead to I think it was
Sixth.
like 6th, 7th, something. All right, Facebook, we're back. We'll hit record here again. I don't know what happened. Anybody gets back on here? Was highly odd. But anyway, all right. So Brad fell back about 6, 7.
7.
But yeah, he couldn't make it up. Is like once he fell back, he
Track position was important, but
and that was the whole problem is nobody could pass.
right, couldn't. And then once tire fall off, you were all exactly the same. You couldn't do nothing.
Well, that was the thing, and this is what it seems like to me anyway. Is we talk about tire fall off. We need tire fall off. We need tire fall off. We do need tire fall off, but what seems to be the issue is people are trying to save their tires, and then they try to go, but it's not saving anything.
Right.
They can't go any faster than what them guys in front of them still are,
Right.
even though they saved tires.
Right.
It's I don't know. There's something.
I watched the race and I didn't think it was great. I can't sit here and tell you what needs to be fixed. I don't really know. I can't. Some people have said more power. I don't know if that would fix everything.
I think it would. I don't
know if it. I feel like it might. I don't know if that's the end all be all to fix
No,
all the
I'm
short
not-
track problems.
I'm not saying that, but what I do think more power would fix would be, and yes, they would all get it because these engineers are such experts in setting these cars up. But right now, you almost can't set it up wrong. There's so much tire that they're not spinning tires. They're not doing anything. They're just driving off the corner.
I think they are. I mean, look, from when I was watching, I heard a lot of them couldn't get in the gas fully. Maybe not as much as with the 750
maybe not.
package.
Maybe not. But it just seemed like when there was more horsepower, less tire, we'll say. That's when the tire conservation really came in, and it seemed like more setup game then. You either set up for a short run or you set up for a long run. Seemed like. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. I'm just speculating.
All I know is it's not a pretty product.
It is not.
I mean, the only thing is, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of biased, I guess, but the only thing I've seen exciting is road course stuff, man. I mean, I don't see much excitement in these cars. I mean, Atlanta, okay, that was a good race, but that was super speedway pretty much. I mean,
well, but what it did at Atlanta, and I heard this, even Ross Chastain talked about, he could not run a lap without lifting, which tells me that track is almost at the perfect size right now for the horsepower package they got because
Right.
it's right on the edge.
right.
It's right there, and it puts them on the edge of that horsepower. Is we got this horsepower, and that's how much we can use. So it's taking that big of a track to get that much momentum to, get where they can't lift, but it puts it on the edge of the tire also, because there's so much tire. I think I don't know. I don't know.
I think the
I
mile and a
think
half,
so.
2 miles, and the Poconos, I think they've gotten better than what they were.
It's bad that Pocono, in my opinion, was a better race.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Richmond.
yeah.
Pocono's always been
I
terrible.
don't think the car race is good on short track. I mean, I think it's just a basic to the car. Just the car. I don't know if you're gonna be able to adapt the car enough to make it. It's hard to get a car to run. I mean, the old car was pretty good on short tracks.
Yeah.
But the mile and a half were snooty.
I think you're right. I think it's just a car.
But I think they can. And I'm gonna have to jump on probably the Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Denny Hamlin bandwagon here, which I don't agree with Denny Hamlin on a lot of things, but this I'm gonna have to say. I think they can fix that with the tire, and I think they can fix it with the tire at different tracks. You're gonna have to have a different tire for different tracks, but they already got a different tire for different tracks. But okay, let's keep the same base on this tire. Let's keep it the same rim, everything. Just like our tires on the Legend cars, we have grooves cut in our tires. Not exactly a tread, it's just groove. And the reason they done that is to dissipate heat to some extent, and also to they know they're on a, if they leave it a perfect slick, we're gonna have a ton of grip. So they cut grooves in it to limit how much grip they want to give us. Why can't they do the same thing? We go to Richmond. Goodyear's smart enough. I got all the faith in the world in Goodyear to figure it out that tire would last long enough. And I'm not one that they say, oh, we don't want blowouts. We don't want people talk junk about Goodyear when it blows out. 9 times out of 10, it's not on Goodyear when the tire blows out. I mean, yeah, there was the debacle at Indy that year, which was just crazy. It happens, whatever. 9 times out of 10,
it's set up.
It's setup related. There's too much camber in the tire, not enough air pressure, whatever.
Right.
I don't know. But I'm just like, all right, let's go and let's mess with some grooves or something on the tire. Let's take a little rubber off the track, which is going to do nothing but take grip away. I think we take grip away, the racing product becomes better. I think.
It could. It's something you can play around with.
I mean,
it'll be an easy fix.
Right. I mean, I think so. I don't know.
It's just a hard thing to do. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
I mean, it's to the point now where if you can't fix it, you're going to have to take a Richmond date away. I mean,
yeah.
Nobody wants to watch that twice a year.
And which absolutely stinks because short tracks were so good, and because we don't need them going around a mile and a half beating fenders with each other. We don't need them. We don't need them doing what they basically did with Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. We don't need somebody coming off turn 2 and shoving you up to the wall, because you can't stop at that point. You get on the brakes. That was a whole debate last week. People, I ain't touching him. Well, he could have lifted. No, you can't.
Not
at that track. You're going so fast, you can get on the brakes. It ain't going. You might slow down hitting the wall, but you're still going to hit the wall. At Richmond, at Martinsville, at whatever, somebody can come off the corner and push you high. You have enough time to get on the brakes there. That's where the good racing can come in. I mean, we see it at. I mean, it wasn't the exact same circumstance, but just like you, this past weekend, y'all got in the corner, you got hit, you pushed up into somebody. You still had, you and the person on the outside of you still had the option to back off. You don't have that at a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Not when you're wide open and coming off a corner already, and all of a sudden you get hit. I mean, anybody can jump on iRacing. Let somebody do that to you and watch what happens. It's the same thing that's going to happen in real life there. And we don't need that at mile and a half or 2 mile track racing. We need that. We need, people like, it's just a bunch of rednecks out there and whatever. They can talk all they want. NASCAR was built on these cars have fenders. We can use them. They can go want to be F1 all they want to be, but these cars still have fenders. I'm not saying you need to go in there and just dump somebody. I'm not saying that at all. But it makes a lot better racing, a lot more visually pleasing to watch when somebody can go in there, put a bumper to somebody, move him up the track. That guy turn back down and might get the next corner, bump him, move him up the track. And for example, Mason Diaz won Hickory yesterday in the Cars Tour. Did you watch the last 20 laps of it?
I saw the battle.
Dude, they battled for laps after laps after laps after lap. And so, I don't know. It was, that's what they did. They got in each other, used the bumper, moved the other one out of the way.
One thing that puzzles me is, I don't know, it's just the lack of chaos on short tracks and the uptick on the bigger tracks. I mean, we watched Charlotte. There's people spinning out. I mean, it's a pretty entertaining race. I mean, they're pretty racy. I mean, but then even Martinsville and Richmond, it's just like that. They're just, there's not as much stuff happening. It used to be the complete opposite. It used to be all the stuff happening at short tracks, and now it's flip flopped. And I don't know.
I was gonna say, I thought that was due to shifting, but they were showing a lot of in cars yesterday. A lot of guys weren't shifting. They were trying to not spin tires, so they weren't shifting.
I just don't. I think they're supposed to be the best drivers in the world, United States, whatever. I just don't think they're hard enough to drive, man. I think they need to make them harder. I mean, it's just. I don't know. It's just not exciting. That's all I know. It's not exciting.
It's not. Best thing about the race, I thought it was great I thought it was great when both RFK cars were up there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a huge Ford fan. I'm just that's not who I ever pulled for.
I like to see the team doing good though.
But I like to see the team. I was I respected Jack Rouse back in the day when the man had 5 teams.
Yeah,
4 to 5 were running for a championship.
Yep.
And they got behind big time.
Yep.
They had dropped down to 2 teams. Lost their Xfinity team, lost their truck teams. Just because I don't know what happened.
Money, man. This money. So
Well, Brad said they just got complacent, is what he said basically when he went in the shop. There was a lot of complacency and a lot of things needed updating. And he's gone in there, obviously, and either put money in it himself or figured out how to get money put in it or whatever. I don't know. And
it sure turned around.
Oh yeah.
they put him up front, and Chris Buescher went out there and won it.
Yep.
Won it. And so, our picks from last week. I did not have Chris Buescher.
Me neither. But I could have had. I didn't know it, but
Yeah.
it still played off for me, though. I appreciate it.
I had Kyle Larson. I saved Kyle Larson. For our run up to the playoffs, I saved Kyle Larson. I was like, man, he's gonna be good. And I said, this is the week to use him. Was I wrong?
You're wrong.
Cars had a horrible day.
Yes.
Chase Elliott was the fastest of the bunch. I think he ended up, where we say, 12th or 13th,
Somewhere,
I
yeah, I
think,
have no
something
idea.
like that.
Yeah.
You didn't hear from him all day, really.
No. Alex Bowman just still nothing.
Byron
Kyle
was decent
Larson.
for a while in first couple stages.
Byron was okay.
I
Yeah,
don't think
but
he
nothing
didn't get the
amazing.
finish, yeah.
But Kyle Larson was off all day long. He ran anywhere from 18th to 22nd pretty much all day.
Yep.
That's about where he ended up. Anyway, I think who won it? Sterling won it
I did.
with Ryan Priest.
Yeah. Talked junk about him last week, and he did well this week. Modified driver, Richmond. Yes, where's that?
I can see that. I see that. And I think Connor finished second. Who'd you have?
At Truex.
Martin Truex. Yep. So we are moving on to Michigan. And to recap real quick though, I gave Sterling another win, Connor a second, me a third. Let's see. As of now, Sterling is in the points lead.
Appreciate
with
it.
45 points. I'm in second with
44.
44 points. That's right. And Connor is in third now with 41 points.
Okay. We're
So
close.
we're close. Oh yeah, we need to mark you another mark you win up here.
Yeah, put me another line up
Another
there.
tally there. Another tally.
Appreciate
So
it.
that means I get to go first since I was worst.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to figure out who to use. Let's see. Michigan. We got that's a track like we just talked about with this new car. Does this seem almost like a super speedway to y'all too?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat, but not as bad as it did with the 550 package. The couple years they ran that, it
Or
was
you look
like,
like Jeff Gordon.
do
That's
That's what she said.
that's what she said. You look like Jeff Gordon. But yeah, but you're right.
sure, definitely still drafting going on.
There is. I think I like that race with the trucks almost the best.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's almost a good truck track. Anyway, I think. I'm going to take. Manda has won a truck race there in the past.
Illegally.
Illegally. But he won. He won.
Yeah. He crossed the
Nonetheless,
finish line
crossed the
first.
finish line first. That's before they were taking away the win.
That's right. Yeah.
I am going to go with the number 23 of Bubba Wallace.
Ain't a bad one. That's a good
I
one.
was kind of eyeing him too.
Well, I took him.
There you go.
My bad.
Got
My
him
bad.
locked up.
So, Connor, you got second, so you get to go now.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take Brad.
It's a good
I
one.
think he's going.
That's a real good
I
one.
think he was usually pretty good there with Penske, and I think he can get it done again.
What's really funny is that's always, that's a close to home for Ford track.
Yep.
Ford's always big at that track. Ford's always run good at that track.
Always.
And I think they put a lot of emphasis on it, but it's just,
Yeah.
it's like never seems how bad they are.
Right.
Ford can always come up there and run good at it.
Yeah, that's right.
Who got there, Sterling?
I'm gonna take Chris Buescher, man.
Chris?
Coming off a win, he gonna get 2 in a row. I'm gonna put that on there. 23, right?
23. Week 23. I took 23 on 23.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
If we're not counting All-Star race. All right. So, recapping Connor takes
Brad Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski. I take Bubba Wallace. Sterling takes Chris Buescher for Michigan. But, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our good friends over at MPM Marketing. MPM, guys, McAllister's Precision Marketing. If you or somebody you know is getting into racing and you are looking to go far in this sport, you got to have a good marketing team behind you, and there's none better out there than MPM Marketing. Go talk with Tanya and her team over there, and it is second to none. Just driver advancement, digital artwork, just anything, social media, everything that she takes care of is just crazy. So go check out MPM Marketing and get moving forward in your career today. Also, Dixie Made, they just had a big old back to school sale here in Florence. Go check out Dixie Made right here by the Florence Flea Market.
I saw that flea market was full Saturday when I came
Was
out
full.
there.
A lot of people over there. They had a big sale. I think it was like buy 2, buy 3, get 1 free on any T-shirt in stock, pretty
Sweet.
much. And so that's a good deal. That's a good deal,
Very good deal.
especially for back to school stuff. So anyway, Haybo, Southern Fried Cotton, Drake, Waterfowl, just any kind of Southern brand that you like. Go check out Dixie Made. They'll have anything you like, from T-shirts, hats, and everything in between. Sunglasses, coolers, bags, everything. All the Simply Southern for the ladies that like that out there. Y'all go check it out. Go check them out. All right, so Michigan coming up this week. What you think? I know we made picks for it, but what you think about it?
I hope it's better than last week. That's what I hope. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to expect.
It's hard this year. It's
It is. It is.
hard to predict. What you think there, Connor?
I think last year's race was decent, if I can remember right.
Connor's like our local statistician.
nothing
He can
sticks
remember
out.
Yeah, I
back
don't
them
remember.
last year races and stuff.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I think that the next gen will do better there than it will short tracks for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not a very high mark to hit right now. So we'll see.
I've we just talked about that, but I just sit back. I still sit there and think, I'm like, what are they going to do? Because everybody knows it's bad. I mean, it's the short track stuff is just horrible.
Mhm.
How did they fix it? I think they were supposed to stay there today for
Yeah,
a
I
test.
saw videos of no splitter stuff and all kinds
all
of stuff.
kind of stuff. I just don't think that's where it's at.
I think it's just a car. I hate to say it, I don't think the car can be adapted enough
I don't think
without
it's-
changing the fundamental way the car works.
Well, like I said, though, there's always, you change that contact patch to the ground,
The ace in the hole.
you change a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know. But anyway. Also, guys, RevMax Racing. Y'all head over to RevMax Racing. And if you are a driver yourself, head over to RevMax Racing Apparel. Get yourself a suit today. Suit, gloves, all that good stuff. Some awesome design work by Taylor and them guys over there. So y'all head over to RevMax Racing. Get yourself suited up. All right. Well, you going to Florence this weekend, Connor?
Yeah, one thing I was going to ask you about, I don't know if you saw, but might not affect us this week, but whenever we get back going, you saw they're going to 4 scuff tires for Chargers again.
Are they?
Yep.
I'm glad.
Good.
Yep.
More
glad.
affordable.
I still got 2 tires over there.
I do
from
too. I
the
do
last
too.
time we raced, so. But yeah,
Can those be my scuffs?
yeah.
They technically are.
I don't. I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt.
It's going to be a set of practice tires now.
Yeah.
Is what that's going to be, or 2 practice tires.
But
I'm glad. I did not see that. I did not see that.
I saw that right before coming over here. So that'll shake it back up a little bit. I wonder if they're just trying to try something.
Well,
'cause-
I heard they were trying to. I don't know this. I have not talked to Steve. We probably could get him on here and talk about it. But what I heard was tires have been hard to find for the last couple of years. We had a whole discussion about it at the driver. You wouldn't at the driver's meeting because he didn't need stuff like that. But anyway, there was a whole discussion about tires and what they're doing with scuff tires and where they're going and how they're grading them and blah 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 at the driver's meeting this past week at Dillon Motor Speedway. Tires have been a hot topic. They're not as hard to come by new right now, like those F45s, Hoosier F45s. They're not as hard to come by necessarily, but us on Charger level, do we need a new tire? Do we want a new tire? Do we want scuffs? Personally, I want scuffs because regardless if we run new or scuffs, we're on the same playing field. Mostly,
When the scuffs are
mostly
good, yeah.
when the scuffs are good.
When-
And so, what I heard Steve was trying to do, what I just heard. So this is just hearsay. If it's any different, I'm sorry. Somebody be glad to correct me. Hey, Ma. But I heard what he was trying to do himself was we were basically only getting 2 weeks on tires. And that second race that we were running them on left side, so they weren't killing. We were running them right sides 1 week, 25 lap race. Run left side the second week. Whatever. Still a good tire. Basically, they said he'd been saving all those. And that is going to be the scuffs. He was trying to get up a good count of scuff tires.
I understand. I mean,
I understand
as
it
long
too.
as scuffs are good, I don't mind it. You know, obviously,
It was-
you know what you got with new tires, but it also costs more. So
Unfortunately, it was just a little above my budget
It
that I
was- it
wanted
was
to
a-
spend.
especially, you know, on throughout. Unless you win, you're not gonna
Exactly.
make your money back.
Yeah, if you ain't in the top 5, I mean, you're really hurting after that. But you need to win to
Break
do
even.
good, pretty much. But if you definitely ain't in the top 5, then it was tough, and that's been a tough crowd over there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
It's kinda mellowed out
unfortunately,
last couple weeks.
that's what I was fixing to say. We went from 22, 24 cars. A couple of weeks ago, there was 8.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they, slowly fell off.
It was just
It was just all of a sudden.
Mm.
And I had a feeling. I told somebody, I said, with this tire deal, I said, they're going to get through probably about mid-season, and some guys, especially run at the back, be like, yeah,
Can't do
I
it.
can't do it. So I'm glad he went back to the scuff deal. So you running this week? You running
probably a
running a legend car?
expecting a call anytime now. Have some motors to pick up, so whenever we get that going, should be back in business soon.
I'm the same way. Same way here. I think I'm gonna run a legend. I got to somehow get
Yeah,
stuff up there, get flashed or something, and try that out. So we'll see. If I can get it up there or not. Plus, I have a axle seal all of a sudden after the race started pouring. It's like, why? Well, what's bad? And this is where racing is tough, people. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but I just looked online. Axle seal from most of these companies that deal with race parts, $10-15. It's not an expensive part by no means, but then it was going to cost me $10 in shipping. So I'm $20 to $25 in it. I looked on Amazon, looked up the part number of the same seal, $8 free shipping.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
So I'm like, come on, guys, we gotta fix this.
Oh yeah.
I want to buy from racers, but when it's
You want to?
3 times as
Yeah.
much. It's
Yeah, you can't.
hard to justify.
Right.
Anyway, what else we got? What you got?
That's all I know of, man.
What you got going on this week? Work.
Work. That's it. That is it. Try to work at home. Work at work.
How about this? Completely off topic, but I already first day of school already got into it with somebody in the car line today.
Oh,
Golly.
morning car line?
No, afternoon. Kayla took the kids to school this morning, or she takes them in the mornings. I pick Landon up in the afternoons. Already got into it with them in the car line today.
What happened,
Rough out there.
When we come in, Landon went to the same school a couple years ago, but they, like I said, it went from Southside Middle School, is now the Freshman Academy, like I said. Well, we used to come in car line, and you would go around what was the old Career Center parking lot,
Mm-hmm.
and we would come back up. And that's the way everybody kind of come in. Well, today, I guess they didn't really want people over at the Career Center side. So the guy said, there's a guy come out there, he said, y'all just go down the other side, because there's kind of it's just wide enough, 2 lanes, to go right in front of Southside, now the Freshman Academy,
Right.
Florence. Just wide enough he said, y'all just go down that, merge in at the other end. Okay, cool. Guess they didn't want us there. Well, I go to do it, and all of a sudden this dude in this little Toyota truck comes half over my lane. And I thought maybe he was going to get over or thinking about getting over. And I sat there a second. I'm like, what are you doing? When the line moves, he stays in the middle. So I'm just like, man, what are you doing? And all of a sudden I see him. He won't roll down his window or nothing. He's just like, one lane. I could see. I was like, dude just told me to come down here. About the time I never blow my horn for anything. Finally, I just blow my horn at him. I roll the window down, have my arm out the window, and he finally rolls his window down. I'm like, dude, back there just told us come in 2 lanes, come around. They told us 1 lane. I'm like, are you serious right now? I said, dude, just told us, let me by. Going around to merge in up here, buddy. He told him 1 lane. Okay.
Oh.
Move over. I said, dude just told us, I'm going by. Well, finally, he moves over, and I still have a window down. I probably should have said this. By the time I said, when I come by, he still had his window down, too. And I said, I don't know who made you car line police today. It really made him mad, didn't it?
I'm sure.
And then, yeah. About like when me and Connor got called down. We was talking before the driver's meeting there.
Mm-hmm.
We got yelled at the driver's meeting one day. But then what was really funny is he stayed beside me like the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think about when I got there. I don't know why this is any funny. It's like he wanted to beat me out the driveway. It was like you could tell that was just his mission to beat me out the driveway. We get up there to the end. They had to go find his child. They weren't even out there.
Where my kid?
I don't know why that.
That's perfect.
That was great. I'm just like, who made you the car line police today? I mean, geez, dude. Oh, people.
It's rough.
There's something else.
Yeah.
There's something else.
Off to a good start.
Connor don't have kids anytime soon. I'm kidding. No, don't have kids anytime. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah.
You don't. We were picking at him the other day. We said he's got some girl he's probably hiding from us somewhere.
Probably.
Nope.
He said, nope, not dealing with it.
Nope.
I don't blame you sometimes. Oh, fun. Anyway, guys, well, we sure appreciate all our help that comes on here every week. SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhausts, and all the rest of our sponsors and affiliates. Also, real quick, guys, I want to send out our prayers to Freddie Kraft, who is he's a NASCAR spotter, but he's also a host on Door Bumper Clear. His father passed away. TK passed away this past week, so kind of suddenly. So praying for his family for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, PeeWee Herman died today.
Yeah, I saw that.
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't know it's PeeWee.
You don't even know who PeeWee Herman is, do you?
I mean, well, never mind. I'm not going to talk about him.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I'm not talking about him.
Pee-wee's Big Topic. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
That was not
Pee-wee's
one of
Big
my
Adventure.
favorite.
Really?
No.
Kayla can't stand him.
He freaked me out, man.
Kayla can't stand him.
No,
He freaked you out.
he kind of freaked me out, man. He reminded me of the Rogers dude. What's his name?
Fred?
Not you. Not you.
Fred Rogers? Mr. Rogers? Name
Yeah, that freaked me out
Fred
too.
Rogers? Oh, Uncle Fred freaked you out?
He freaked me out. He freaked me out. Both of them freaked me out. That and the flying monkeys on Wizard of Oz. All that, can't handle it. Can't handle it. Not watching.
What TV show freaks you out,
I
Connor?
don't know. I wasn't ready to talk about that.
He wasn't prepared.
I wasn't ready. All right.
Yeah, see, Kayla, he was creepy.
That's what she says.
Yeah, very creepy.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
And spiders. Well, for sure, that's the top. That's
Probably
we're talking about
never
movies. It probably is. I done saw so many this past. Oh my gosh,
I feel like I
don't
want
want
to
time.
spider webs today. I don't know what it is. I just every time I'd walk around something with bus, I'd walk through a spider web today.
I can't do spiders, man.
Spiders
can't
bother
talk
you?
about
I mean, yeah. I try not to stay around them any, so I guess so.
We don't hang out much.
Oh, yeah.
We don't hang out much.
Nah,
He's not.
good.
They're not my fans.
My buddies.
I avoid where I think they might be.
Oh, that's great. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Talking about that or snakes. I like chasing Sterling with snakes.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of stuff I don't like.
All right, guys. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us again this week, as always. And I reckon we will we'll catch y'all next time. I reckon.
Later.
All right, everyone. We're showing Paul Rubens was his name.
Paul Rubens.
We're showing Connor who PeeWee was. He didn't know who Pee Wee Herman was. Let's find a.
Are you trying to find a good picture?
Oh, well,
I don't
there's
know.
not.
There's, I'm about to say, like, I don't know. You be
That guy.
looking a while.
Yeah, I mean, I did recognize that.
You recognize the picture?
Yeah, I don't know. I never. Actually, I did see where he died. Yeah, okay, I did see something about that on Instagram, but
All right, go on.
I had no idea what he was from or what he did.
Go on Netflix or I don't know where it is. Honestly, go watch Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
I wouldn't.
It was good. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Nah, we'll see.
It was a great movie.
I'll do some research on it and see what everybody else says.
You should go watch it. I like it. It was one of my favorite movies as a child. Real quick, I didn't get it on the actual show, but I'm gonna do it right here, right now. Give Kayla's workshop another shout out. The inclusion workshop coming up this Saturday. Anybody out there wanting to? We have special needs in our family. We have special needs in our church, and they're trying to bring the whole community together to figure out in churches how to do more inclusion with special needs families. So y'all, if y'all are interested, shoot us over a message. Be glad to get you hooked up with the inclusion workshop that'll be held at our church there at Lebanon. So y'all, if y'all are interested.
Mama's going. Mary Stevens going.
Cool.
They'll be there.
Cool.
Good stuff. All right. All right. I'm going to get a guitar.
You get a guitar? I gotta find some words.
Yeah, look that up.
These again.
You're going to have to listen to them. I'm going to have to listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see y'all.
Later.